All right, today's lesson is 1.09 distance in a coordinate plane. You will need your math notebook, pencil, and your calculator. Please make sure you're taking notes and working out the problems as we go through this lesson. All right, we'll go ahead and look at our essential question. How do you determine the distance between two given points using the Pythagorean theorem? Today, I will learn how to find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane using the Pythagorean theorem. I will be able to use new terms to help me find the distance between 2 points. I will know I am successful when I can use Pythagorean theorem to find the distance on the coordinate plane. So how do you use the Pythagorean theorem to find the distance between 2 points? You've got, if you had these 2 points here, you're looking for this distance here, you could actually draw in a right triangle here. And so this is a length of 4, and this is a length of 5. So then you have your A and B, and you're just looking for C, because remember, here's your right angle, so this is the hypotenuse. So you could just use the Pythagorean theorem at this point. Hopefully that makes sense. So it started with finding the distance between these 2 points. So the points were plotted, -4, -2, and then 1, 2, and then this yellow line is drawn in, and then you have this length is 4, this is 5. So let's look at that in more depth and more detail. So the triangle is actually drawn on this one for us. We're looking for the distance between A and B here, and we want to know, so this is our legs, A and B, because remember we have the Pythagorean theorem here. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So it doesn't matter which side is A and which one's B, but if we use this for A, that's a length of 3. You just count the units, 3. So write that in. And then B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it doesn't matter which one's which. And we're looking for this length, which is our C. So we use Pythagorean theorem. 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to C squared. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. And 9 plus 16 is 25, and that's our C squared. So C is going to be the square root of 25. So it's 5. So this length is 5 here. Some people want to try to count it. It doesn't work that way. You have to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the distance between those 2 points when it's at an angle here and when it's not straight up and down or lengthwise. Can't just count. So let's look at this one. The points are plotted. We want to find the distance or the length. So I'm going to go ahead and use the line tool, and we'll go ahead and put this one in. We want to find what this is so we can figure out this length here, and then we will need to know what this one is here. That one's pretty easy to see. So this is 2. And this one, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is 7. We don't know what this one is here. That's what we're trying to find. So if we use a Pythagorean theorem, we're going to do A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So I'm going to do 2 squared plus 7 squared is equal to C squared. 2 squared is 4, 7 squared is 49, and 4 plus 49 is 53. I'm going to put that over here. That's C squared. So C is going to be the square root of that. And we'll just use our calculators. Second, x squared, 53, and it's approximately 7, it says 7.28, so we'll round it to 7.3 is the answer here. All right, let's look at, we're going to do a few practice problems here. So it says the points P, -3, 6, and Q, 1, 4, are two vertices of right triangle PQR. The hypotenuse of the triangle is PQ. Point R lies in quadrant 1. Okay, so we got to remember our skills here. So we're going to go ahead and plot these points. -3, 6. Start at the origin, go 3 to the left, and then up 6. It's right here. And I'm going to label that. That's P. And Q is 1. So we're going to start at the origin, go over 1, and then go up 4. And this is Q. Now it says that R lies in quadrant 1, and it's a right triangle. It has to be right here because it has to line up with both P and Q. Okay, if I put it over here, because this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, 3, and 4. Put it over here, that's the wrong quadrant. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the distance here of these two lines are between P and Q, because we are looking for, oh, we're actually there. I'm going a little too far with this. What are the coordinates of point R? So we're just, all you have to do is come up with the coordinates. So it's at 1, and then it's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 6 are the coordinates. Next one, what is the length of BC? Round to the nearest tenth. All right, let's go ahead and use that line tool and draw in this here. And I'm going to use red just because it's easier to see than that green. I didn't do very good at getting that on there, but all right, so we're going to get the length here. 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. And then here it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. So then we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find this length. That's what we're looking for. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So we have 5 squared plus 7 squared is equal to C squared. That's 25. 7 squared is 49. And you add those together and it's 74 is C squared. So C is going to be the square root of that. Use your calculators. So we're going to do second x squared, 74. And it comes out to approximately, and it says to round to the nearest tenth, so it's 8.60, so it's going to be 8.6. All right, last one, here we go. Find the distance between E and G. So let's go ahead and draw some lines in. I can do it with my mouse. We're going to go down all the way to here because we have to line it up with that point there, G. We're going to go here. Okay, again, I didn't do very good of, sorry. Then we're going to try to find this here. So the length of this side, you're just going to count the units. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we're going to put 9 there. And this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this side is 8. And we're looking for this side. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So 9 squared plus 8 squared is equal to c squared. 9 squared is 81. 8 squared is 64. And we're going to add 81 and 64, and we get 145. That's c squared. So c is going to be the square root of 145. I don't know why I did that. I got carried away with my square root signs. All right, so c is the square root of 145. So put it into your calculator, second squared 145. It does say to round to the nearest tenth. It comes out to 12.04. So this is kind of a tricky one there. If it's 12.04, that 4 actually tells you to leave this alone. So it's 12.0. This is a quiz question. Make sure you put that 0.0 in there because it says round to the nearest tenth of a unit. All right, so please make sure you complete your OMS lessons, take notes, work all the problems out, do your best.